So basically, I don't really have a desk anymore.
So last week we went from just a singular wall to actually creating a pretty solid base for this build to grow from.
Look at how well this thing stores. Yeah, we're about to change that. I mean, the hope is that this thing's gonna be like 3 feet tall, so I really gotta work on getting this thing taller.
So after bowling a few strikes in the Wii, I threw together this build montage so you can see exactly how I assembled this next section of the build.
Alright, so we can just go ahead and set that right in there, and as you can see, we've now added some additional height to the build, so it will no longer fit under my desk. But I think it looks really nice. The window design definitely complements this design here very well in my opinion. So yeah, definitely very happy with that.
So yeah, the build's definitely growing to an impressive height. One that's much taller than any of my other builds from within the past 2 years. But just how tall is this build? Well, according to my crooked measuring tape, we're looking at around the 16-inch mark, which definitely isn't too bad. However, 1.5 feet won't cut it. In about a month and a half, I'll be making the trip to Brickworld Chicago to display at the Empire Log booth with some of the best builders in the Star Wars community, so I need to make sure that I make a good impression. If I'm going to do that, I need to at least match my record of 3 feet, which is held by my original Mandalore build from back in 2020. That being said, I need to make sure that I'm not sacrificing too much detail by achieving such an ambitious height. You can see here that I'm working on a very intricate wall design, which is heavily inspired by a design made by Solid Brick Studios. However, I made sure to make my design different from his in multiple aspects, and I think I definitely was able to achieve a different look that still captures the Mandalore aesthetic. The best part is, I accidentally lined up the center of this design with the center of the building below, and the designs of both walls are rather reminiscent of each other, which unintentionally adds to the feeling that this is all one big style of building.
Okay, yeah, so basically I don't really have a desk anymore. So to give you kind of a better look at this top section, as you can see, we kind of have this door design, and basically what this is supposed to be is some sort of like hangar bay or something like that. So basically there's a lot of speeder transportation that goes around on Mandalore, so we'd have speeders coming out of here, and then obviously we have some jetpack troopers up here, but this isn't necessarily like a portion of the build where minifigs would normally be walking, but this guy's a jetpack, so you know, he's all good. And then we have this like separate little panel design, and I haven't actually attached this, so it does come right out, which is kind of nice. Oh, there goes that guy. But yeah, as you can see, just a very simple panel design with plates and tiles, but it gets the job done, and it doesn't use very many parts, but it does help me get this thing a lot taller, so it will be something that I'll probably be going back to in the future.
Here we see a representation of the most common piece of feedback Mandalore receives, so I figured it was time to take some action on it. Unfortunately, my attempts ended with a somewhat inaccurate final product.
See, I'm very conflicted on this because the technical builder in me feels like I should hate this because it's like really simple. But I don't know, it kind of looks cool. It's not accurate whatsoever. It doesn't look anything like the trees on Mandalore, but it kind of looks really nice, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe everybody else is gonna hate on it in the comments. But I mean, come on, it's just like a cute little tree design. Like, it's really, really simple. It took me like 5 minutes to build, and I have no idea what I'm doing with nature builds. So like, I mean, clearly I do industrial stuff. Like, I don't know what I'm doing over here. But I mean, like, honestly, it's not really half bad, especially because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I could maybe play around with the shaping and put some branches up higher or something. I don't know. What I'm saying is it has potential. I mean, and it's decent size, too. Like, scales well with a minifig, in my opinion. It's the right size. It may not look right, but, like, I don't know. We'll see what we do with this thing. But I think it's interesting, to at least.
But right now, I don't have time to mess around with tree builds. After all, we've still got a long ways to go before this build is completed, and the clock is ticking.